Good morning, friends, family. Well, morning for me, Southern California. Welcome back to Authenticity the Hard Way podcast. I am your host, Asha Salika, and we are continuing with the Broken series. This is episode 3, and at some point there will be a video coming to the YouTube channel, interviewing my daughter about what I talked about in episode 2. This has proven to be quite an experience in itself. If you're new to the channel, Authenticity the Hard Way is about how our harsh experiences usher us into the next highest version of ourselves. And I am in a very strange place right now. As a matter of fact, before I started recording, the words existential crisis came to mind. And I actually Googled it, and I'm going to read the definition of it. An existential crisis is a period of intense questioning where a person grapples with the meaning, purpose, and value of their existence, often triggered by major life transitions, trauma, or the awareness of mortality. It leaves individuals feeling disconnected, anxious, and doubtful about their identity and life choices. And that explains where I am perfectly. I am absolutely questioning a lot. Things that seem so solid for me are not so solid anymore. The course that I thought I was taking, the direction I thought I was going in just, 3 months ago, the beginning of the year, doesn't seem like the way I'm going. So it's a lot of questioning, trying to understand me now, my life now, because everything is different. And I'm still surprised, I guess, that I'm even doing this episode. This experience is, it's been a few weeks now, or at least 2 weeks now. I don't know, time just seems so different right now. I'm really trying to keep up with days and things that are happening, and it's like a blur. Time is just a blur. So I think I'm going on 3 weeks now with this experience, since this experience, and I'm still not okay. My last episode 2, was rather lengthy, because of the depth of it, because so much happened in just a short amount of time, in just literally a day. And it was a lot to unpack. It was a lot. This episode will not be that long. And I just ask that you bear with me as I go through this. in order for you to get the clear picture of it, I have to go back to 19 wow 1992, 93, something like that. um Me and my husband were in our 20s, early 20s, I guess. um and we started using meth. He started, um and then brought it home to me, and I started using. um at that time, my daughter was a baby, and it was not something that I necessarily wanted to do. Um, it was a short time that we used to, but it wasn't, I didn't like it. I mean, I liked it because it gave me energy and all the, hyped me up, whatever. But I didn't like it because I don't like substance. Like, and it's so strange to me even hearing it come out of my mouth. Like, I actually don't like to drink. I mean, I like, maybe a glass of wine, but I really don't like alcohol. I don't like cigarettes. I don't like substance. Um, but because he was using it, I did. We used for a while. Um, my, my mother-in-law found out. We stopped. Um, and then some years later, he picked back up again. And um, it got so he got so into it that he actually had a little meth lab on the property. Got busted for it, went to jail. Um, and I used again because he would get high and he would leave. And I thought that if I used, then he would stay home with me and we would be together. And that is not what happened. It was horrible. It was horrible for me. It was horrible trying to keep the secret. I was full of self-loathing, shame, anger. Um, I was a young woman and I was just totally lost. Like my parents had kicked me out. That's how I ended up with him. Nevertheless, so he ended up abandoning us. He left us, and that was it. I stopped it, and our marriage fell apart. But we were always we still loved him. I still love him. Um, but down through the years, he has continued to use. At the height of COVID, February, I guess it was 2020. Uh, he asked me to give our marriage another chance. We have been separated. I don't know how long. 11, 9 years. I don't know. So I guess about 9 years, 10 years, something like that. And he asked me to give our marriage another chance. And I did. I had tried to divorce him several times and just kept messing up on the paperwork. um, I actually sat before the judge, and the judge asked me if I had done everything I could do to save my marriage, and I told the judge no, because he left. I haven't had an opportunity to try and save my marriage because he left. The judge granted the divorce, but I couldn't figure out how to fill out the paperwork. So the divorce never went through. But I did reunite with him during COVID. And he waited so when we left, when me and my youngest son got on the airplane, by the time we were going to Tennessee. It was a layover in Denver, I think. I can't remember. But we got stuck because all of the airports started shutting down. I will never forget that. It was insane in the airport. Like, we had to stay overnight in the airport. Um, but when we finally made it to him in Tennessee, he waited until everything was literally shut down. And he decided to tell me that he was still using. I thought that he was sober. I mean, he's living with his mother. And I thought that he had stopped using, and I found out too late. I couldn't leave. And my son literally had to stay. And when I tell you, when I walked through my mother-in-law's front door, it was like I was in a time warp. And I began reliving the time that we were using. Before, it was like literally like my past. I was living split screen. Like, my past is on one side and my reality, my now then reality was right there next to me. And we had a conversation, and I told him I don't want to use. I don't want it in my life. And he told me, he said, I would be lying to you if I told you I would never use it, if I would stop. I would be lying to you if I told you that I would stop, because I like it. And I said to him, well, you just signed the death certificate for our marriage because I don't want it in my life. And I told him, because I'm a caregiver, I said, one of my biggest fears is that my husband will become my client and I will have to take care of you because you're destroying your body. That was a hard conversation, but I'm very proud of myself for taking that stand that I did. And then I got up and I walked down the hall to his mother's room, and I told her that he was using in her house. And she brushed it off and said it was the devil and we just needed to pray about it. Wow. I just got stuck right there, just in that memory. Um, and I relapsed. I relapsed. And the most powerful thing about that is that in his closet, well, when we were younger, when we were in our 20s and we were using. I found myself trying to smoke in a closet. It was like one of those moments where you're watching yourself. And I literally remember watching myself get high and hating myself for doing it. Flash forward to me reuniting with him. I had that same exact experience in his closet. There was a rock of meth that was, it looked like selenite or clear quartz crystal. And the way the light hit it, I was mesmerized by it. I was literally standing there, mesmerized by the beauty of this rock. It was a big chunk. It looked like it really looked like a crystal. And I flashed back to the time before when I was in the closet. And then right there in that moment, holding it in my hand, I was trying to figure out how I could kill myself. I thought I could snort it. I could snort some. I could smoke some. And then I could just eat the rest of it and drink some alcohol. I really wanted to die. But my youngest son was in the other room. And just like when my son was killed and I was at the police station in the bathroom crying with my back against the wall, pregnant with that son, and God told me that I couldn't die with Junior because this baby had to live. And the same thing happened while I was trying to figure out how to OD on this dope. God told me again, He said, He gets to live. You can't do this. He gets to live. And I stopped. I stopped. I was done. Um, and that's when I started training for the last competition that bodybuilding competition. That really saved me. Focusing on training and competing, that brought me up out of that. Um, and I ended up running after the competition. Me and my youngest son literally ran away from my ex. Um, I hopped in his mom's car. We hopped in his mother's car, and I took off. And I had a friend of mine put us up in a motel room and then flew us back to California. This was 2022. I came back. Um, and then he divorced me, which is a good thing. He divorced me. I was fine with it. And I swore that I would never get high again. I hated it. So 3 weeks ago now, my ex-husband came into town for a funeral. There was a death in his family. And he came, and we're fine. The last time he came to visit, he stayed in the living room on the couch. But this, mind you, this is coming off of the tail end of my daughter's breakdown. I mean, just a couple weeks after her breakdown, a few weeks after her breakdown. So at that point, I was still really shaky. I was still trying to process what I described and into detail in episode 2. Still trying to process all of that. And the day he came, something shifted in me mentally and emotionally. And I started the day off strong. I went for a good run, did some sprints. I was feeling really good. And something happened that morning after my run, after I ate. There was a trigger. Something happened. I don't know what it was. The next thing I know, I'm drinking. Me and my daughter are drinking. And then the day escalated. My youngest son went to another city, and I didn't know that he went to. Anyway, he went. He didn't disclose to me everything that he was doing. So it shocked me. It hurt me that he didn't tell me the truth. So I drank some more. And the next thing I know, like there's literally a gap in my thought process, in my memory. The next thing I remember is being in my room, getting high with my ex-husband. I don't remember how it happened. I just remember coming to myself, and my room was filled with smoke, and I was getting high. And it was another one of those split screen things, but it was this time, the time before that, and then back in my 20s, like 3 different versions of myself. And I don't know how it happened. It just happened. And then I'm coming, and the birds are chirping like it was morning. And he left. He went on to do whatever stuff he had to take care of. And I spent the day in a daze. I literally was in a daze, like so disconnected from myself, from reality. Nighttime came, and I went to bed, and I was just so broken. So the incident with my daughter, like that, cracked me a whole lot, but that broke. And I laid on my bed, and I was just praying to God that He wouldn't come in. Like, this is my room. And I'm just praying that He wouldn't come in. And I dozed off, and He was in the bed next to me. And I froze. I didn't move. I scooted over as far over to the edge of the bed as I could, and I just laid there crying in my sleep. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe that I did that. I hurt myself. I went against my own self. And I felt so much guilt, so much shame, and disgust. I was disgusted in myself. And when he stay here for another day or two, but when he left, I sent him a voicemail, and I told him, this is not what I wanted. Like, and I believe, in his mind, and honestly, y'all, it felt like a setup. It really felt like a setup because he knows how I feel about it. And he just came in my room and set up. And then the next thing I know, he came in. That's all I remember is him coming in my room with his bag, and then I'm hot. That's like, but he knows, just like he knew when he asked me to come back to him to give our marriage another chance. He knew how I felt about it. He knows how I feel about it. And I honestly feel like he set me up for that. And that hurts. That hurts. That hurts deep. Um, and I had to tell him, like, I can't be with you. I will not. I can't be with you. I don't want that in my life. I don't want that as a part of my son's life. And he's not his father. And I don't want him to, I don't want that as a part of his life. That broke me. I am absolutely broken. I am absolutely lost in my own life. The strength. I question my own strength now. Um, I am blessed to have a friend, Mr. Jackson. He is, we've known each other for about 10 years now. 10 years now. And he's a drug and alcohol rehabilitation counselor for men. He works in a men's home or a men's facility. And I was able to talk to him. It's so amazing because he called. He just reached out to me. I haven't heard from him in a few months. And he just reached out to me, and I was able to explain to him what happened. And he is the one who said, "Well, Miss Asha, you're human. It happened." He said, "You didn't relapse because when you came to yourself, you stopped. You knew that's not what you wanted. You lapsed. It was a lapse, and you're okay. You are human. It happened." And he said, honestly, and he's been sober. He used to be a crackhead, or whatever, dopey. He was a drug addict, real bad. And he said, and he still goes to meetings, and he said, I don't think that I would have even been able to handle that. Speaking of himself, he's like, I don't know that if I was in that situation, if I would have been able to be as strong as you are, like that would have taken me out. He said, "You're very strong. You're okay." And he just kept saying, "You're okay." But I don't feel okay. And, I know it's going to take some time. But like I said in the last two episodes, like, I'm not trying to fix anything anymore. I'm not trying to fix me. I'm broken, and I'm not trying to fix it. I'm just being how I am, and that's broken right now. And I'm okay with it. The fact that I'm sitting here and being so vulnerable and sharing my truth and sharing this experience is it's a good thing. And I'm taking my time. I'm taking my time. And I know that, in a month, in a year, it'll fade. And it'll just be, an experience. But I'm not rushing it. When it comes, when I think about it, I allow myself to cry. I allow myself to take time out to grieve because I hurt me. I'm learning to love myself in a new space and from a different place. And it's a journey. And I'm taking it one step at a time, one breath at a time, sometimes one breath at a time. And I want to encourage you, if you're experienced anything like this, or if you're just in a place where you're absolutely done, exhausted. My soul is exhausted. Like I am, it's beyond physical exhaustion. Like I am exhausted at a deep, deep level, a deep, deep place within myself. And sometimes I question my own sanity. Sometimes I question my thoughts. Like, and I'm really moving slowly now. So if you are at this place, take your time. Life is not a race. It's a journey. Take your time. Be gentle with yourself. You are human. You will make mistakes. You will have lapses. You will do stuff that you turn around and be like, why the hell did I just do that? It's a part of our journey. It's a part of being human. And it's okay. And you don't have to fix you. You don't have to fix you. You just let yourself heal. Healing is not fixing. I learned that. I've learned that I don't have to fix me. I can be broken. It's okay. Because I get to heal. And that's my journey now. I'm healing. I'm not fixing. I'm not mending. I'm not repairing. I'm healing. And you get to heal too. And please know that you are not alone. You are absolutely not alone. I am here. I am here. Oh, before I forget, the podcast is now on. Oh shoot! I have a website for it. I'm all discombobulated in my mind right now. I'll put it in the description to this episode. All the information where it's also on YouTube. The podcast is also on YouTube. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Podcast and Amazon Audible, I believe. But it's also going to have its own page, its own website that I'm working on. So wherever you listen, just keep listening. Thank you for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you and your time. I love y'all so much. And I don't have to know you to love you, but your presence is enough. So please, please, please be kind to yourself. Be kind and be gentle to yourself. And if you know anyone who's going through an addiction, um, struggling with alcohol, give them grace and be gentle with them too. Till next time, I love y'all.